What's going on, everybody? Back with another video. This video is pretty short. You're probably like, dude, you shot 3 videos with the same outfit on. Yes, I did. I shot 3 videos with the same outfit on. At least I ain't go change and tell you I did some more other. It's being real with you. I mean, today's video is pretty much just really short. To kind of let you know what Sauv95 is. Sauv95 is me. It is me. I is it. I went with the name Sauv95 instead of, like, you know, Tommy Gun, Tommy Trey, whatever, because my nickname is also Dre because I'm the third Thomas. We'll go on to that in another video. But instead of me doing all of that and stuff like that, basically Sauv95 is a name I came up with when I was like 11 years old. I was trying to be like my dad. And he had a tag, a license plate back in the day. It was like D-Suave or Suave or something about being smooth in Spanish. I don't know what was his motive and his method, whatever. It was the tag that was called Suave or D-Suave. So I wanted to be like that. But my dumbass, being 11 years old and rushing, I spelled it wrong. So back in the day when you had AOL, remember you had to make your own username and password. So my grandmother had a computer and we had AOL, so we had to make a username and a password. And you know how when you put your name in, it'll say, well, we don't have that name, but here is your name with like 91 and 95 and a bunch of other combinations of your name. So yeah, I took Sauv and spelled it wrong and put 95 together, and it was like, hey, no one has that, it's yours. And I was like, cool, Sauv95. My grandmother comes in the room and she's like, you made your username? I was like, yeah. I said Sauv95. Trey, that's not how you spell suave. I was like, but it has an S and an A and a U and a V. She said, yeah, and an E, and the U is first. There's just not. I was like, ah. It had already like submitted, saved. I wrote it down. I said it over and over again to remember it. So yeah, Sauv95. I've been spelling it wrong for years. People, when they hear me on Xbox, and it's also my Xbox tag name, so when I'm on Xbox or I'm playing a game, Sauv, I'm like, it's Suave. That's not how you, I know, it's not how you spell Suave. I spelled it wrong years ago. It just stuck. Deal with it. I told you how to pronounce it. So it basically is a name that I had for a username for a Yahoo account, actually an AOL account years ago, and I spelled it incorrectly, and it has stuck, and I have worked with it ever since. So I said, you know what? Let's try Sauv95, and when I made this YouTube channel, and no one has it, of course, because it's not how you spell the word Sauv. Who the hell will put a combination of S-A-U-V together? I mean, what are you trying to spell? It's like sauce, whatever. But Sauv95 basically is me. I is it. It is me. It's not active anymore, like on AOL or nothing like that. But it's my tag name for Xbox. Brain fart for me. Sorry. It's my tag name for Xbox. So if you play Xbox, you can add me on there. But yeah, Sauv95 is pretty much a name I spelled incorrectly years ago, and yeah, it kind of stuck, and I said, you know what the hell, we need to make a YouTube channel, we're gonna call it Sauv95. Follow Sauv95. So that is the end of this video. It's a short story. I told you, it's very dumb. Yeah, so the name of the channel was because I misspelled it wrong years ago. I'm trying to follow my dad. So yeah, like, follow, subscribe, share, hit the bell, do all of that stuff that they make you guys do to kind of like make you come back. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.